Hello first graders, welcome to a new grammar rules. We're still on unit 3 and today the grammar rules for week 3. Remember, for this unit we're talking about verbs. We learned that verbs are words that show action and such as swim, play, eat, drink, think, smile, talk. And then we learn about the present tense verbs, which verbs that tells about action that happens now. And we know that we add this when the verb tells about one noun, but if it's more than one, we don't add. Also, if we have the pronouns such as I or you, we don't add s. Today, we're gonna talk, and we also learn about the comma, that when you list, you put comma between the first two verbs. Today, we will be talking about past tense. This is another form for verbs, past tense. Let's read together. Past tense verbs tell about actions that happened in the past. So when this action happened, the verb happened, we call it past tense because it's happened already, it's finished. So most of verbs in the past tense end with ed. Why we say most? Because we have irregular verbs that they have a different form when we put them in past tense and we do not add ed. But let's see the first rules and the first exercise for this rules. So again, past tense verbs tell about actions that happened in the past. Most verbs in the past tense end in ed. Example, Dave fixed the gate yesterday. So I can tell that Dave did this job, he fixed the gate yesterday. So it's a past tense, it's already happened. Future tense verbs tell about actions that will happen. So I want to make sure that you understand past tense. So past tense, it's a verb that happened, finished. As we see, Dave fixed the gate yesterday. And most of the verbs, we add ed when we put them in the past tense forms or when they are in the past tense. Future tense verbs tell about action that will happen. Add will before a verb to form the future tense. But if this verb or this action didn't happen yet, it will happen, then I will add the word will. So example, Dave will fix the gate on Friday. So Dave in this sentence did not fix it. It's something he will do it later. So when we say that it will happen, as we say now when talking, add the word will. So let's do our exercise and learn more about the past tense and the past tense and a future tense. This is week 3, unit 3. All right. Read each pair of sentence. Draw a line under the sentence that tells about the past. Circle the past tense verb. So over here, my practice and my exercise only about the past tense. So draw a line under the sentence that tells about the past, so something that happened, and then circle the past tense verb. I know that the sentence talk about something that happened. I'm going to underline the whole sentence, and then I'm going to circle the past tense verb. All right. Let's read the first question, or the first sentence actually. Dad washes spot in a tub. So this action verbs is happening. Dad washes spot in a tub. I'm looking for the past tense. That means something already happened. Let's see the second one. Dad washed spot in the tub. Dad already finished the job. He finished the washing because I see ed. So this is past tense sentence. So I'm going to underline the sentence. As they say it, underline it. And where verb that to show that this action already happened and finished, washed, has ed, I'm gonna circle the verb that it's written in past tense. Remember, I know that it's past tense because it ends with ed, because we say most verbs in past tense end in ed. So this is the verb that it already happened. Jed picked up the hose. Jed picked up the hose. I remember when it happened, that means the verb end with ed. So the first sentence tell me that it happened, it's finished, so it's a past tense sentence. I'm underlining that sentence and I see my verb end with ed. That means something already happened. I'm gonna circle it. Okay, number 3. Nan jumps over the mess. Nan jumped over the mess. I know that this is what I just covered before last week, present tense, end with an S because it's one noun. So this is a present tense sentence, but this is ending with ed. My verb ends with ed. That means this is something already happened. So this is my past tense sentence, and this is the verb that show me that this sentence happened already because the verb ends in ed. So I'm circling this verb. Awesome. Let's turn the page. All right, let's read the rules. Most past tense verbs end in ed. Walk, walked. Example, Jack walked to school. So he already walked. He already reached school. He's in a school, so he walked to school. And we know about the future tense that we will add will before a verb to form the future tense. So when it's not happening, it will happen, we put will. So example, Jack will walk to school. So Jack didn't go to school yet, but he will be walking to school. So will walk. All right, write the future tense of the verb between brackets to complete each sentence. So I have the verb here. I need to write it in a future tense form. That's mean add the word that it shows that it will happen. That's mean add the word will. So let's read. Mom take Chase to school. So mom will take Chase to school. So I need to use the verb that between brackets and just add will to form it as a future tense. That something didn't happen yet, it will happen. So mom will take Chase to school. All right. Jack blank up the hill. I see the verb hike. So this is the verb I need to use in a future tense. So Jack will hike up the hill. So Jack will, because I know when I write in a future tense, I need to use the word will. So Jack will hike up the hill. Put the word will and then write my verb. Sam ride the bus. I want to tell that Sam didn't ride it yet, but will. So Sam will ride the bus. Sam will ride the bus. Chuck and skate. So Chuck will skate with Bob. Will skate using the verb that between brackets, but using it in a future tense form. And number 5, they bake a cake, but I want to say that they didn't do it, they will do it. So they will bake a cake. Because I know will means something it didn't happen, it's future tense. So they will bake the cake or a cake. All right, let's see the next exercise. Okay. When you write 3 or more words in a list, put a comma after the first 2 words. We know that if it's a noun or it's a verb, we're gonna put commas. Example, I ate ham, comma, bread, comma, and eggs. So over here, exercise A, circle the commas in a sentence. So look for the commas and circle it. We like cats, comma, dogs, comma, and fish. So I'm circling the comma. That's it. B, add commas to the sentence. Now I'm the one who need to add the comma. So go back again. When you write 3 or more words in a list, so put comma after the first 2 words. All right. Kent will see Jen, Pam, and June at school. So Kent will see Jen, comma, Pam, comma, and June at school. Right? I'm going to underline it so you can see it. The frog jumped over the stick, bug, and rag. The frog jumped over the stick, comma, bug, comma, and the rag. Right. So, oh, I'm sorry, underline only the comma. So you can see it. All right. I will wash my red, pink, and white bag. I will wash my red, comma, pink, comma, and white bag. That's okay. So underline the comma that you just added so you can easily see it. Number 5, we will dress up in wigs, hats, and capes. Wigs, comma, hats, comma, and capes. And over here, I'm underlining the comma that I just added. All right. Let's again practice or say again the rules that we cover in the beginning of this exercise or this grammar rules. Most past tense verbs end in ed. So when it's ed, that means it's past tense. And most future tense verbs have will before the verb. Okay. A. Read each sentence, write P if it's past tense, and write F if the verb in a future tense. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna read the sentence. If it's future, we're gonna write F. If it's happened already in the past tense, we're gonna write the letter P. P is the first letter for the word past, and F is the first letter for the word future. Right. Fen will help me today. Fen will help me today. So this is very good future tense. So I'm gonna write that letter F because it will happen. We mixed it up. We mixed it up. Remember, when it's past tense, it has ed. Most of the past tense verbs has ed. So this is past tense. I know past mean I have to write P. We baked the cake. Again, something happened already. So P, past tense. We will taste the good cake. Will taste. So it's gonna happen. It didn't happen yet. So this is future. And I put F. Val will eat some. Will eat some. Again, this is F for future. Okay, number B. Fix the sentence. Put commas where they belong. So I have to look at the sentence and I add the comma when it belongs. We will wash the pots, pans, and stove. We will wash the pots, comma, pans, comma, and stove. And again, I'm going to underline it for you so you can easily see it. All right, turn the page and let's see one more exercise for the past tense and the future. A. Circle the past tense verb in each row. So you look for the past tense that the verb ends as we know in ed and we're going to circle it. Okay, first sentence or number 1. Looked, naps, hop, walked. Looked, I can see it end with ed, so I'm gonna circle looked. Naps, nope. Hop, nope. Walked, yes. Again, end with ed. That's past tense. Number 2, jump, played, hiked, skip. Played and hiked. I can easily spot them because I know these are the past tense that has ed. Number 3, mixed, yells, smiled, packed. Very good. Mixed, smile, yes, and packed. Number 4, picked, hunted, danced, munched. Picked, yes. Hunted, already happened, and munched. All right, let's see B. Rewrite each sentence to tell about the future. Change the underlined verbs to future tense. So this is a sentence that we need to add the words that will show it's gonna happen. It's future tense. So we look for spot. We will look for spot. So we will look for spot. We call his name. Remember, this is noun, so make sure it's show that it's uppercase. We call his name. We will call his name, so we will call his name. And I start my sentence with a capital letter and end it with the right punctuation. Right? All right. So that was today's grammar rule. Present tense and past tense. Past tense and future tense. Past tense, that most of the verbs that show that action happened already in the past and it ended with ed. And then the future tense, that verbs I'm gonna add the word will before the verb. All right, and again we talked about the comma, that you put the comma if you have more than 2 or 3, so you put the comma between the first 2 verbs or noun. We have simple exercise here that you might be seeing it in your practice book. Okay, let's do it together. Add ed to an action word to tell what happened in the past. So ed means something happened, and we learned this in the past tense. Add ing to an action word to tell what's happening now. So if it's still continuing, still happening, I'm still talking, I'm still teaching, I'm still writing, you're still listening, we're gonna put ing. All right? So look at the word race. It ends with the letter E. To add ed or ing first, drop the E. So now we have 3 simple rules. One of them we already know about, the ed. When it's a past tense, we add the ed. When the action verb or the action word is still happening, showing things that's still happening, we add the ing. Now, if you have the word that ends with an E, before adding ed or before adding ing, we need to remove the E. So we need to take it out or drop it. So we have the race, it ends with E. So when I add ed, cannot write like this, because I say it has E and then I add ed. No, I'm gonna write right away. I'm gonna drop the E from the original word, drop it, and then I'm gonna add ed. Also, if I'm doing it on ing, I cannot say the whole word race, then I add ing. No, I'm gonna drop the E, which is last letter E in the word, then I'm gonna add ing. All right, let's see this rules. A, add ed to each word, write a new word. So I have the word and I need to add ed. As I see the word rack end with E, so I'm gonna drop the E and I'm gonna add my ed. So it's not gonna be rack, R-A-K-E-E-D, no, dropping the E from the original word, and then I'm gonna add my rules for the past tense ed. So it's gonna be written like this. I'm gonna underline it so you can see. All right, slice. Again, it ends with an E. I'm not gonna just add an ed with the E. I'm gonna drop the E from the original word and I'm gonna add my ed because they want me to do this over here. So I'm gonna write race or sliced. I was looking at the example. Sliced. And then I'm gonna underline it for you. All right, now we're gonna add ing, the rule that you just covered up there. So add ing to each word, write the new word. Remember the tricky E. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop the E from the original word and then I add the ing. So trace, it's gonna be tracing, as you see, and I'm gonna underline it for you. You need to drop the E. Skate, skating. So I'm dropping the E. I'm gonna add the ing. Okay. All right, first graders. So this is our rules unit 3, week 3 grammar rules for today. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.